So on Friday night, my friend Swarthy, Immigrant, and I did an interview where we talked about him, his history, his politics, because I think he's an interesting guy and he's on our side. He's on our side whether you're on the left, the right, or the center. He's on our side because he's anti-establishment and because he knows what the Democrats and the rhinos and all those other good people are up to. So I know that the interview is 2 hours, so not everybody's going to immediately click on that and watch it. So I'm going to give you his manifesto here, and if that sounds interesting to you, then you can go watch the video or you can follow him on Gab or something like that. So here's what he says. This was posted on Twitter back in September, got a lot of likes, a lot of retweets. He's currently banned, perma-banned, banned to the Stygian depths, never going to come back on Twitter. If you listen to the interview, we'll talk about that and go over why. He says, as an immigrant, I can tell you the Democrats' push to build a coalition around identity politics has killed approval for immigration as we know it. It's because the Democrats are no longer pushing the idea of a melting pot as the basis for immigration, where you subsume your old identity for a new American identity. In fact, there are leftist activists like Linda Sarsour who are telling their immigrant communities, do not assimilate. When you take away the notion that new Americans will become an ethnic bloc with a Balkanized identity that's separate from Anglo-Protestants, which is the dominant ethnicity in America traditionally, he says, don't be surprised if the Anglo-Protestants and the assimilated non-Anglo immigrants, Germans, Irish, Italians, etc., push back and come out against immigration. He says, my parents did not flee with me in tow from a collapsing CIA-sponsored junta in the Balkans to arrive in a USA that is balkanizing. Once balkanization happens, there's no going back, and it can lead to a bloodbath. And he says he should know because he's from the Balkans. Not only that, this isn't part of his manifesto, but he's not only an immigrant one time, he's an immigrant 2 or 3 times. And if you listen to the interview, you'll find out what that means. He wraps up by saying, P.S., a little respect and a tip of the hat to the WASPs that founded the United States doesn't hurt, aka learning English, aka assimilation. So part of what we talked about in the interview is that if you just looked at his ethnic background, his immigration status, the industry he works in, all that kind of stuff, Swarthy Immigrant should be one of their guys. He should be either a centrist guy who votes for Democrats, or he should be, center-left voting for Democrats. But he should definitely be turned off big time by a white nativist like Donald Trump, who implicitly talks about white identity but is probably more of a civic nationalist. However you see it, he should be turned off by those guys. But he's not. He voted for Trump. He's a Trump supporter. So for that to be the case, it means that they're doing something wrong. And he tells you what they're doing wrong. They are pushing America apart into different groups because it helps them politically. And the danger is that a bunch of people are going to end up dead. So if this is interesting to you, follow Swarthy Immigrant at GreekStyle1 on Gab. I'll put the link in the description here. Thank you for your time.